Now, with round one, let's talk about some fights that we would like to see when boxing returns, because obviously we're all sitting here waiting on boxing to return.
Right.
Got a good idea that it might be happening sometime soon. And I'd like to say, I do think that Vince McMahon and Dana White deserve some credit for kind of paving the way and kind of kicking down some doors there in Florida, maybe doing some stuff that other other promoters weren't really willing to do at the time, but they did it. We don't know exactly what these dates are, but I'm going to say one of the fights that I think I would love to see, and we were talking about this in regards to Jermall Charlo moving up to 168, fighting David Benavidez, which I think would still be a very cool fight. But, you know, I think he's at a situation at 160, right, where he's kind of like some options, or he's running out of options, and maybe that's why the whole 168 talk even started. But what about putting him in the ring with somebody at 160 who is somewhat in a similar situation, kind of an avoided fighter, people that, you know, a guy who is really good, who hasn't really, you know, it's tough for him to get these options. And I'm talking about Sergiy Derevyanchenko. And Derevyanchenko gave Danny Jacobs a great fight, gave Golovkin a great fight. Some people think he beat him. What do you think about that fight, Charlo and Derevyanchenko?
Look, I think it's a great fight. I think that it's a matchup where, to be honest with you, I give that a 50-50 fight. I mean, let's really look at it. Derevyanchenko lost a split decision to Danny Jacobs. He lost the decision to Triple G, and you can make the argument that he won. I was at that fight. I thought he won. The flash knockdown early might have cost him the fight with the judges, but I thought he won that fight. I thought he gave Triple G a much tougher fight than Canelo did. And I think that when you look at, you know, he's 13-2. He's made the most money for any middleweight that's never won a world title. I think he's netted close to like $7 million. So that's a victory in itself.
Yeah.
I mean, he might have made more money than Charlo.
May have.
With 2 losses. Okay.
Yeah, and you know how I feel about that.
Well, listen, you know, you make your bed, you got to lay in it. You know, you pick the route you want to go, and you have to live with that. So, you know, Derevyanchenko's made good choices. He has a really good manager, Keith Connolly. And I think that he is a guy that would give, you know, look, if Charlo wants to put an exclamation mark on, you know, before leaving the middleweight division, and I know people are going to go, what do you mean an exclamation mark? He's fighting a guy with 2 losses that lost to Jacobs and lost to Triple G. Yeah, but it's here's the deal. If nobody else is fighting him, then this is the best option before moving up in weight.
And, you know, the other thing is, we might talk about, you know, him, you know, Derevyanchenko having 2 losses, but I don't think anybody can dispute that Derevyanchenko's probably, and with all due respect to a fighter that you manage, Derevyanchenko's probably a better fighter than every other fighter that Charlo's faced already. So regardless of the 2 losses, this is still a step up in competition for who Charlo has faced up to this point.
Right.
So this is goes back to what we were talking about, how, you know, the losses on someone's record can kind of be overblown. Derevyanchenko has 2 of the most respectable kinds of losses that you can have in the game right now. Danny Jacobs is a heck of a fighter. Like you said, almost beat or really did really well against Golovkin. Then Derevyanchenko fought Golovkin, and some people felt that he won that fight. So this is a great fight for Charlo if this would ever happen. Obviously, we're just talking, but I think it would be a fantastic fight if it does take place. Now, also remember, you guys, I said it before, if you dig this content and you're watching on YouTube, make sure you click that subscribe button now, click that like and share button as well.